Good afternoon, everyone. This video probably is one of the hardest video I ever gonna make at this point of my life. From where I'm from, my background, I never really like to kind of like have conflict, and a lot of my cultural or my own learning, Buddha's teaching, or on a spiritual level, love, unity, peace, you name it. That's probably this core intention that support me in this life journey. However, I'm also a mom. I have 2 little girls. For this video, some of you probably know me very well. Some of you maybe never really know who I am, but that's not the point. The point is, this video is I want to, on the perspective as a mom, to share my how I see the whole thing, what's going on. And to be honest, I was thinking about making this video for a couple days because things are happening around us to the point that you either gonna silence forever, or you're gonna stand up and say the thing that resonated with you, and just share your voice, right? Now, especially as a parent, we teach our kids some good virtues, right? Some of you might, just like me, have 1 kid or 2 kids. Some of you, I believe that in your family you have young children, right? Maybe your niece, maybe your grandchildren. Doesn't really matter. My point is, our intention is we all have the same intention, right? Our intention is we want our kids to be safe. We want to protect our kids from unnecessary injury, and we want our kids to learn things in the school, to be a person that they can find their purpose in their life, right? So we clear on this common base that our intention is relatively, here, there, left or right a little bit, but this is our major intention. Maybe you have more specific, things you add into. It's perfect fine, but I would say this is all positive, right? Now, there are a lot of things we, as a parent, we always tell our kids. You are special, you are important, you are unique, right? And we encourage our kids to social, right? To communicate, to express themselves, and to also learn, love themselves, love other people, respect other people, have gratitude, appreciate things, right? Things and people, and have good manner, and have good education. Now, the last part of a good education, we could, everybody has different definition of good education or not so good education. But here, as a parent, we all have these good intentions. We all want our kids to learn this virtues, right? Because we know that we're not gonna be around our kids forever. We are gonna die someday, one way or another. We are gonna gone. We are gonna be gone. Our kids will be the next generation, pick up the things that we has not finished or it has not started. So we have this responsibility. We have this obligation on different degrees. But we know that before they become this young adult, before they can fully on themselves, we are their guides. We are their one very direct guides in their life, and how we treat each other, they're gonna pick up. When we want our kids to teach our kids to be, hey, your kids will tell you. Let's say for example, my own 2 girls. They have their opinion. They are, sometimes they can be stubborn or strong-minded, whatever you call, And one time I remember the thing is about, she doesn't like somebody to put toothpaste on her toothbrush, and she has to fight, and things happen a couple times. And you know, I can't talk to her because I don't want to, when I share those videos, people like try to match people, match roles inside. It's not about anybody. It's like we sometimes want to help our kids, right? Pick as an outfit for them, grab the forks for them, grab the plate for them, put the toothpaste on their toothbrush for them, and we want to them dress certain way. And all the things I just mentioned, it happened in our household. I was observe and witness. You know, something is I was not so conscious I did that. Some is their girl's dad, you know. We as parents, we are learning from our kids from their feedback. So obviously all the things I just listed, they did not like it. You know, we have to work with that because, you know, thankfully they have their own opinion. They want to go certain ways. They want to choose their church clothes in their standards. You know, I can accept or not accept, but they are wearing their own clothes on their body. If you think that's okay to go out there, like go for it. You know, I remember when Balin was 2 years old, this story, she insists to wear a pair of slipper, and she was 2 years old. Okay, so I was trying to all kinds of way get myself so upset, so mad, try to convince her that's not a good idea because I see she gonna get hurt. But guess what? That's her lesson. That's her lesson. So how the story unfolded was, you know, to the point I give up. I would say, okay, fine, you can wear this pair of shoes. Then you go. We went for a walk, and she scraped her knee right, probably, you know, less than a minute. She wears a pair of shoes, and during our walk for that like 20 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, she fell 2 times and scraped her knee 2 times. So next time she will not wear the shoes. So I'm not saying here is like, hey, we gotta just release all the control to our kids. That's not what I'm saying, but I'm saying is we are trying to raise the kids that they have their own thoughts. They are an perfectly individual. They can be independent, right? They can make a decision. We give them choices. So now this comes back to the choices we are making for our kids. I'm not sure how you feel about it when you grew up. Is there anybody in your family will tell you because I say so? You know, because I say so. I heard that sometime in our household, sometime in other people's life. And my dad had definitely said it a million times to me because I say so, because I'm your father. You cannot against me. You cannot fight with me because I'm your dad. Now, from my personal story, I tell you how that ended up. Because he said so many times, I'm your dad, and he tried to control, you know, or limit the choice I have, to the point I have no choice but choose to leave them. So I left my parents when I was 15 years old. I chose my own high school. And ever since then, I moved further and further and further. When I was young, the earliest memory I could think that I realized my dad was pretty controlling, you know. It probably was the earliest memory, probably 7, 8 years old. I couldn't really remember that much, but from 7, 8 years old, I realized that I tried to fight back, and all I got was yelled, you know, and like this verbally very intense. So I chose to cope with that. But in my heart, I didn't want to. But that time I had no choice, because what can I do? I'm 7, 8, 9 years old. I don't have any, you know, I cannot live on my own. So I have to take this in. But in my mind, there's a seed. There's a little light. It's a fire. that has fire, and we all have that fire. We know when things is not right. We know when our rights got taken away, or somebody tried to limit your rights. You know that's not what you signed up for. So 15 years old me left my parents, but I still have to come back, for the summer break and a winter break, right? Because that's in China. We that time you cannot go to work at 15 years old. That's not what's the situation in China at that time. So from 24/7 all year long, are living under this control, and because I say so situation, down to I only be home for the summer break and a winter break, to live underneath his roof. When I graduated, when I was 21 years old, I was in Beijing. I stayed there. I actually moved there from another city to Beijing, and my dad did not like it. I was constantly fighting with my dad for my own rights. And even though I know he loves me because he wants to take care of me. He wanted me to listen to him so he can protect me in his own way, on his term. So I get that. Now these stories, I never thought I would share in this video, but I did. So, here you go. So when now I have two girls, I know what it feels like to live the life underneath somebody, try to control you, take your rights away, try to make a decision for you. I did not like it. I don't want my girls to have same situation, or I want to teach them, even meant to fight with me, sometimes to remind me that actually I was trying to control them on one way or another, in the name of love, in the name of protection, in the name of whatever you call it. So I'm very conscious when the girls, they have this strong emotion, they mad or they sad, they are angry, so I will kind of reflect, because I want to first ask myself, what did I do? Or how can I deliver things different? Or am I limiting them? Because that's not what I want, But now, what is going on in our life right now? In the school, we know, right? Everybody is working on to teach kids this knowledge, science, math, teach them how to speak, teach them how to write. But what's going on in your life right now, I'm not sure how our kids take in. What I'm saying, what I mean by that is, our kids, they are the person sitting in the classroom 5 days a week, 7 hours a day. Now, this COVID thing, we all know, everybody on a certain degree, we all know the kids are the group that got least affected, right? And I understand the stress and the pressure for the principals in the school, the teacher in the school. They want to keep the people safe. However, there's something that just a little bit offline. We as parents teach kids to use their voice, to make their own choice, to be responsible, to learn how to take responsibility for themselves. And we decide for them that they have to wear masks 7 days, 5 days a week, 7 hours a day. Can we do that? Did you try to wear a mask 7 hours a day and 5 days a week? And how this decision made, if you guys read this statement from this email from STC, Saginaw Township School System, it says the board, there are 7 people vote, okay? Now it's 6-1. We are having 7 people to decide the whole Saginaw school, public school system, that these schools need to mandate masks. 7 people. How do you feel when your 7 people decide? I have no clue how many students, how many families involved in this whole Saginaw public school system. But when I see 7 people vote, 6-1, to decide this many families' kids, they have to wear masks. 7 hours a day, 5 days. I asked Bay actually. One day when I picked them up from school, I to be honest, I never really just like, hey, girl, I need to ask you a question about this thing, because we adults try to figure out things for our kids, but we never really ask them. So I asked Bay, I was like, how do you feel if you wear mask 7 hours a day, how do you feel? She's like, I don't really like it. I was like, why? She's like, I cannot really breathe. I asked the same question to Ruby, even though she already heard what I asked her sister. I asked her the same question. I was like, Ruby, how do you feel about it? She's like, well, I can wear a little bit, but if for too long, I cannot breathe. They cannot breathe. It really breaks my heart. We, parents, send them to school. You wear this mask when you drop kids off for 3 minutes, 2-3 minutes. The time you step in your car, put a mask on, you drop them off, you go back to the car, take a mask off, live your day. Your kids in school, 7 hours a day. I just can't imagine. So I would invite you guys to ask your kids how they feel about it. Doesn't matter. My younger one, only 5 years old, so she's in the kindergarten. They are capable to tell you how they feel. And also, there's fights between parents, commenting each other, for like putting pressure on other people. Is that what we can do as parents? That's how we role model for our kids. I'm not sure this is true, but that's how I handle things. Is when my girls come here to tell me that somebody, either the sister hurt me or or sister pinched me or sister whatever the situation, I would like to hear both sides of the story, because I want to validate both sides of them. Their feeling is true. Their feeling matters. It doesn't matter who started the fight first. I still want to, even though I see it, I want them to express, to tell me how they feel on their sides. Now, when we as parents fighting with no V or V, M or no M, it seems there's no way that we can coexist in this situation. One side has to have other side to accept the other side, their opinion. I know this video is going super long, and I had no clue that it will go this long, but I'm just gonna keep going. So it just has this thing that inside my body that nudge me to voice myself. And you know, I have to first share as on the perspective of being a mom. How do I feel about my kids? How do I feel about situation? Then I'm gonna relate. How do I see as the aspect of God? Because we all have God in ourselves. So you are God. You can say you are God. We all have the aspect of God. You know, you are part of His essence. So back to the topic of those two sides, right? Now, these days I started to kind of like more dive into those comments to feel each other, you know, feel both sides. Each other side, I want to say, I validate that. I see where you come from. Either you support V, you not support V. I see both of them, all of them. I understand that. One side, you know, safety, right? I want to be safe. I don't want to get sick. I don't want to die. True. The other side, my body, my choice. There's nothing wrong with that. I can decide what I want. Now, however, the one side, the voice is a little bit more of dominant, or I would say has more pressure. Is say if you don't V, then what if you give to other people? Are you being responsible for who you are, or are you being selfish? I think that's the key point is here is, are you being responsible for others? That's a good question. Actually, that is a very good question. And it took me a couple of days actually to think about that. I was like, yeah, that's a good question. How do I feel about it? Now, my question is, how can I be responsible for other people if I cannot even be responsible for my own body? If I cannot honor my own body, how can I honor other people's body? If I don't love my body, how can I love another body? Think about it. Your body is your temple. You live in this body. If your body doesn't resonate with certain things, doesn't agree with certain things, you cannot force it. You force your body gonna show you. It's called cause and effect. If you do something against your body's free will, it will come back to you. For example, we don't want to go too extreme, right? Let's say you're drinking, right? You know, if you if you have 2 more drinks, it will go sideways. But however, when you hang out with friends, people kind of like, you know, put pressure on you. You took those 2 other shots. But your body basically already tell you, hey, you're checking with the body. Body is like, no, we cannot take this anymore. But you did for other people, from other people's pressure. So guess what? You will suffer. You are the person gonna suffer. And that's called learn how to be responsible for yourself first. So my question is, how can I be responsible for other people if I'm not even responsible myself? If I do not even know how to take care of my body, how can I teach my kids to take care of their body? Now everything back to this immune system, right? People also said, well, maybe you have strong immune system, so maybe that's why you don't care about other people. They have, not as strong immune system as you. But I also want to point out, not all the people who currently has not get V, they all have strong immune system. Our grandma, grandpa, they were 90 whatever years old. They had COVID. They survived. So do you think, if you want really compare this immune system, do you think the 95, 96 years older grandma, grandpa, the immune system will be strong than your 7, 80 years older boy or girls or yourself? And also the question is why you do not have strong immune system, why your immune system is so weak. And we want other people to compromise, to violate their own body rights, to put some things they're not willing to put in to protect the immune system that you are not taking care of you. Think about it. Your immune system is your responsibility. The question is how to have a stronger immune system, to have your own defense, very natural, most natural defense, to defend for yourself. Maybe think about it, what things you put in your body, what you eat, food, physical, right? And also what you consume, also what kind of news, what kind of energy you consume. It relates to how the energy works. Now, when you have a great day, you are super happy, you walk on the street, what's gonna happen? When you smile, try one day, you smile, you're walking on the street, you will realize people also smile back at you. Because the world is a mirror. It's just mirroring back right at you. What energies you carry, you will know. Go walk on the street, go to the grocery store. And energy attracts the same energy. In a relationship, we know. Sometimes you're like, why am I always calling the same type of person? You didn't call them, your energy called them. They just match your frequency. So when you carry love, you feel everything's lovable. Everything's beautiful. People are lovable. People are so nice. People are so kind. People treat you nice. When you have sorrow in your heart, you go on the street, you will see sorrow. Because people see the sorrow in your eyes, they will mirror back. They will, honey, they will ask you, how are you? What's going on in your life? You're like, I didn't even say anything. You don't have to anything. Everything is written in your eyes. That's why people say your eyes is the window of your soul. Now I know this topic goes a little bit far away. However, how can I close this, end this video? I want to share a story. The whole video here, the point here, I just want to let you guys know I'm a human. I have my emotions as well. And I want to let you know I love you. Doesn't matter you V or not V, I love you. Doesn't matter you support M or non M, I still love you. I do. However, this generation, by we are right now, see how many things we already created, how many things we already fight for. Women's right for voting, right? There's certain the minority that time, somebody got to stand up to fight for this unfairness, right? This is we are still fighting for. The women's rights on different level, still ongoing. Now we also fight for gays' rights. Now we more open to accept gay marriage. Beautiful. We also more open for transgender, right? You can decide even you want to be a male or female. We started to accepting that. Beautiful. That's people's choice. We started to also open for breastfeeding. Maybe 40 years ago, that certain generation that the woman is believe or some sort of things going on is, not many women breastfed at that time. And now it came back, right? And we realized this is actually good for the kids. So we actually have we more lean to that way, And we are more care about the food, It's farm raised, or you grow your own vegetable. Those are the things in the last, how many years that we see the progress. But now we are talking about, I have to, allow other people, this few individuals, to decide what to put in my body or whether I want to choose. It's like you're going to decide what clothes I'm going to wear. It's like I cannot even decide my girls' clothes for what they're going to wear. That's no way, like nobody going to decide. For me, at least that's my personal opinion. But I'm saying on big scale, see how far along we came till today. And can we just zoom out a little bit? Those are two sides. This is the picture I drew yesterday. Yin and yang, black and white, light and darkness, whatever you call, left and right. That's called a different voice, just different opinions, different perspective. Can we just zoom out a little bit, validate each other, do not put pressure on each other. The not Veda people never say, hey, why you violate your body's rights? Nobody will say that. You say, oh, you Veda, cool. I love you. If you don't feel comfortable for me to visit you and your kids, cool. Then when you feel comfortable, let's see each other. That doesn't really offend me, because that's your choice. If you don't want to see me because you think that I'm gonna threaten your family, I get it. I totally understand. So am I gonna see you after 12 days, right? If I travel somewhere, I see you in 12 days. I'm okay with that. And I love that actually people telling me about that. It's like, hey, this is my choice. This is what we decide for my family. Cool. But when we flip, this is what I decided for my family, I'm not saying I will never get a V, but at least for right now, my body just doesn't resonate with that. And I have to honor that, when to take that, put that little liquid inside my body. Can we honor each other? All the things that we already fight for, we can so be open. We can open for other people's choices. We can respect other people's choices. Why this time we cannot respect each other's choices? What's really underneath? What's the people really afraid of? What is the worst thing could happen if you feed? What is the worst thing could happen if you not feed? That's some belief system that. So I know this video is so long and I'm not sure, what's the feedback and what is, but I have to voice myself. God made you unique. Look at your fingerprint. Your fingerprint, you know that this is very unique. It means in the whole universe, you are the only person that called you. Right now, right here. If God made you this unique, don't you think God also gave you this unique frequency, this unique voice that you have for? control of yourself underneath his guidance, right? Unique fingerprint. Your step, every step you walk, it's you. You are not working or walking for other people. You are walking for yourself. You are walking your relationship. God is walking next to you in this lifetime. All the people around you, they are walking with you. They're not even walking for you. And you don't want other people to walking for you, because otherwise, like what is the point? The flower is gonna bloom at its own time, by itself. You cannot force it. You cannot force the flower to bloom for you if it's not the right time. Same thing, you cannot force other people to do the things you want them to do for you. You just can't. You force it, you're gonna kill this thing. You're gonna kill this soul. You can kill your own soul. My cure is metaphor. It's not really you're gonna kill somebody. And I want to end up with a little story, little conversation between me and my girls. So one day I sent them to school on my way, driving to school. So it's 20 minutes drive. So I asked Bae, I was like, Bae, what do you think if all the cars on the highway are the same? She's like, how can you find your own car then if everything is the same? I was like, yeah, great. And then she's like, if every car is the same, we only need one key. And I was like, this is deep. So I'm just gonna leave the video here. 37 minutes. If whoever can watch till this moment, I love you so much. And yeah, speak, share. It's okay. We are human beings. We're meant to say whatever we want to say. If it's resonated with us, if it's, we are not there to go out there to harm people. If you have good intention, that's your birthright to speak. And you have a unique voice. So say it. Okay? I love you.